Hello, hello. Coach Leila Keith here. I'm a leadership and career coach if you haven't seen any of my videos before, but today I want to talk about interviewing for success. I want to talk about if you're feeling invisible in your job search, you're getting ghosted, you're not hearing back from recruiters, or even when you get through a phone screen, you hear nothing, nada, no feedback, nothing. Let's talk about it. So today I want to talk specifically about you feeling invisible, that ghosting, meaning like you're either combination of things like your personal brand is not strong enough where you're getting selected, but also what's happening on the back end with your resume and your cover letter and the alignment between that and your job description. Okay, so let's break it down. All right, let's get into it. So the missing piece often is a strategic and diligent approach to your job search. It's like a job, okay? Usually I recommend if someone's working with me and they've got like a 90-day deadline, like I gotta get a job, Leila. I'm on a 90-day, this is dire. You gotta be putting in 2 hours a day at least on your interview search. If you're not, it's not a diligent job search strategy. First and foremost, put the time in. So, number one, optimize your personal brand, meaning have you Googled yourself lately? What shows up? Have you looked at your social media to see what's showing up? How are you representing yourself? How does your thought leadership represent itself? How are you showing to be a credible person in the kinds of roles you're applying for? What does your LinkedIn say? Is it representing you as you want to come across? Do you have the credibility that you're saying that you're representing in your resume, etc.? These are really important. So you want to optimize that brand. You want to optimize your LinkedIn. I have a tool. It's on my website, novaquestcoaching.com. It's a free resource about how to enhance your LinkedIn profile. Read it, get after it, and optimize that. It's really important that this is your billboard. It's your professional portfolio, like an online billboard of where people see everything that you do, who you are as an individual and as a professional. And ensure it includes, information about what's important to you. Like people want to know about you, not just what you've done professionally. Who are you? What are you mission driven? What tell me more about that. So make sure that you have all of that information on there and make sure your photo is professional. Don't put like a picture that you put on your TikTok. Make sure your LinkedIn profile picture is very, very professional. Okay, so that's some of the things, and I won't belabor more about the enhancing of your social media, but specifically your LinkedIn, because I want you to look at the tool because it really breaks it down for you to make it easy. Okay, now the other thing is you want to make sure you're quantifying your achievements. So make sure on your resume as well as on your LinkedIn, you are quantifying your achievements in each role that you've had. So make sure you have like an accomplishments or something, but make sure it's tangible, like if it's a statistic, something that someone that is looking at your resume understands exactly the kind of results. If you come to their organization, you're going to contribute in this meaningful way based off of these results that you've had in your other roles. That's really, really important. Now, the other thing is about boosting your visibility. You got to make sure you're posting on your social media professionally, specifically LinkedIn. I would say you want to regularly engage by sharing insights, commenting on posts, and joining industry specific groups. It's another way to great networking tools to find out and learn about other people. What are they doing? Who do they know? Can they introduce you to someone who may be, hiring? But you want to engage with your network because it also displays your thought leadership. Like I was saying, it fosters your connections. It helps you build networking connections with other people, learn about what roles might be open in other organizations, but it also boosts your influence and your credibility, which is really important, especially if you're going in for a leadership role. You have to, even though you're not in a particular job right now while you're displaced, you still want to show that you have thought leadership and influence. These are reasons why people want to bring you into their organization, right? They're seeing you engaging with a network. So last but not least, this is really important, and probably the piece that I see that's missing most often from folks is they're not auditing and tailoring their applications and their resume. And I heard it today from someone, that's a lot of work. It is. You got to put the work in, and the person who puts the work in is the one who's going to get across the threshold, the finish line. You've heard me talk about jobscan.co before. Jobscan.co. This is a app, resource. You can go online, you drag and drop the job description that you're applying to and your resume, and it will map the keywords to see from an ATS, like an application tracking system, this is what organizations use to take a look at your resume. They look to see if it's aligned, the keywords, the specifics they're looking for. If there's a certain percentage of keywords that are missing, that are misaligned from the job description and not showing up in your resume, you're out. That's why y'all are getting ghosted 9 times out of 10. The keywords are missing. You have to make sure that there's at least a 95% match. And you're gonna have to do this with every job description and your resume every time. Not once, do it every time. Do it every time. And a matter of fact, pop your cover letter in there. Make sure your cover letter is covering the aligned keywords because they're looking for that. Thousands of people are applying for the same jobs. They're using AI, they're using ATS systems to do this mapping, and that's how they vet who they're bringing across the threshold for phone screens. And then you have to, again, make sure you're tailoring your responses to make sure that you are conveying you are the right person with the right skill set and qualifications and influence and thought leadership for this particular role, for the needs of this organization, right? And so if you're not mapping those keywords, you don't make the cut and then you're ghosted, right? You don't hear anything. Or you do the phone screen and then you don't hear anything because also maybe your interview tactics and how you're answering some of these questions. I'll do that in another video tomorrow, talking about the behavioral questions and how you answer interview questions in a manner that will increase the likelihood that you get through to the slate to the next phase of interviews. But do the work. Make sure you're tailoring your resume and make sure you're doing the ATS scanner every single time. Make sure that when you're asleep, your LinkedIn is working for you as an online billboard. So I'd love to hear your feedback. If those of you try some of these tips that I'm sharing with you today and you get through past some of the phone screens, let me know. Also, reach out to me at NovaQuest Coaching, either here on TikTok, on Instagram. You can go to my LinkedIn, Layla W. Keith, or my website, NovaQuest Coaching, and let me know what you need help with. And I'll tailor some videos specifically on some of the things you're challenged with. But also, if you need personalized support, you're going through an interview process right now, hit me up. Bye for now.